Team, I just want to go over the coaching and evaluation form to make sure that everybody is crystal clear on this form, because it's really very, very important. So I'm going to just go over it. Here we are in February, okay? And in February, what we're going to do is we're going to set the goals for the month of February. And here's what I want to go over as far as what it's going to look like when you have your one-on-one session in the first 5 days completed in March. So the first thing the form has is, of course, the store. So we enter the store, then we enter the month, okay? And then we have the store manager's full name and the sales associate's full name. So here's what it's going to look like. So written sales goal for the previous month. So we want to enter the goal that we had put in February and re-enter it on the form. And then we want to go over the actual written sales for the previous month. So that's what we're looking at is in February, the goal for February, and actually what we actually did in February. Okay, and we're sitting here in March, right? Okay, and then what we're going to do in the third field, we're going to put the goal sales for the current month, which would be March, because I'm sitting here in March. Okay, and then we go on to the next one. So again, I'm sitting with my associate in March. We enter the HRP goal for the previous month, which we set in February, and then we put down the actual HRP achieved for February, and then we're going to put down the HRP goal for the current month, which is March. And we're going to do the same thing with bedding, and we're going to do the same thing with the IHD clients committed for the previous month, the actual clients that were booked for the previous month, which would be February, and then my goal for the commitments for the month of March in the third field. Now the scheduling of all the practice sessions should be put in, and they should also coordinate and send a Google Calendar invite to your sales associate as well. And the old electronic entry of the practice sessions is no longer necessary. And now here comes the most important part, is the action plan goal of the previous month. Then we have the action plan results for the previous month, and the action plan goal for the current month of March. And the most important part here is that the action plan goal, first of all, should be 1. Okay. And it could be titled, but it has to also explain a behavioral change or difference, meaning I want to sell more bedding. Okay, that's fine as a title, but then you have to have the associate commit to what they're going to do to sell more bedding. I'm going to speak to each customer about how they slept. I'm going to bring people back to the bed match machine. I'm going to be more aware of what's on my floor. I'm going to spend some time with the reps and go over some of the features and benefits. That's an actual behavioral change action plan. And then what you want to do is when you sit down and actually go over the action plan goal and the action plan results, 2 things you want to measure is, number 1, did they sell more bedding that month, okay? Or did they not sell more bedding? So here's, if they sold more bedding, so that means the behavioral change worked. If they didn't sell more bedding, that means one of 2 things, is that they didn't follow their action plan, okay? Or they did follow it, and that particular action plan did not result in the goal that they wanted to achieve. Okay, so at the end of the form, send me a copy of my responses. You want to make sure you hit that. And you also want to send a copy to the sales associate, so they have a copy of what their goals were and what they stated they were going to do. So basically, it's a very simple 1 session a month sit down and 1 simple form. So basically, it's the written sales goal from the previous month, the actual sales or the HRP or bedding from the previous month, and then what's the current goal for written sales, bedding, HRP, and IHD for the current month.